If you're feeling some nervousness around the coming season with its cold and darkness, you're not alone. As I've stated before, I honestly believe that the most fitting slogan for Norway would be
Winter is coming.
And as the days get shorter and the weather more chilly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit scared. However, this year I come prepared with every single tactic and strategy I've proven effective over the last 20 years, and I am so ready to face winter head on. And after watching this video, you will be too. My name is Robertson. Let's get learning. First of all, one of the main reasons why we get winter depression isn't honestly because of the mental, because it's dark, because it's cold, because the year is coming to an end, even though yes, obviously that plays a factor. A lot of times it comes down to your physical health, and especially vitamins, and in particular D vitamins. No matter who you are, if you live a place where it gets darker during the winter, take D vitamins.
Do it!
Preferably take other vitamins as well. Take a multivitamin and a D vitamin, but if you have to choose, take D vitamins. Not only that, don't fall into the whole, oh, it's winter, it's Christmas, it's Halloween, I'm gonna eat candy, I'm gonna eat pastries.
Two men simultaneously. The first called Ben, the other Jerry.
Obviously, you can eat candies and you can eat pastries. I mean, hello. That's part of my lifestyle. I get it. But seriously, make yourself nutritious meals. The whole, oh, you should eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day, more important during the winter. Harder to do during the winter too. For some reason, in the summertime, we really want fruits. We don't want it as much in the winter time. In the winter time, we feel like just drinking hot cocoa and eating pastries, and we feel sorry for ourselves. So we let our lifestyle sort of deteriorate, but not this year, because I don't want you to be depressed. And if you just eat like shit, you're gonna feel like shit and you will be depressed. So even if you're going to eat these things that are bad for you, it's not bad for you, it's about balance. Also, really prioritize getting in your fruits and veggies and your vitamins and your water. At the very least, I think you should have a nutritious dinner, but try to do a nutritious breakfast and lunch as well. I can say, oh, you have to, because I'd be a hypocrite, but I literally try to eat as much vegetables as I can every dinner, and I try to eat fruits every day. That's like my bare minimum, and no matter what kind of diet you're on or anything, there are so many vegetables that basically have no calories. You can eat kale, you can eat cucumbers, you can eat tomatoes, you can eat paprika. Like those things, they basically don't have any calories. So no matter what, nothing to worry about. You can absolutely do it. Same with fruits. Honestly, obviously fruits have a little more calories, but you can absolutely eat some apples, some grapes. So just try to prioritize that, you know? Then also, like I said, we usually lack D vitamins. Why is that? Obviously, mainly because there's not enough sun, but also during the winter, we tend to be more inside. At least if you're like me, if you don't ski, if you don't snowboard, it's easy to end up being inside. So get up early and get some fresh air. Getting fresh air, good, because A, you need fresh air for mental health. Hello, proven. B, you'll probably catch a little bit of sun, at least during the day at some point. And also the getting up early thing, I think, is more important in winter time. I feel like we always have structure in summer, or if we are people who have structure, sometimes it's usually during summer, because honestly it's easier, but it's more important than ever to have structure during the winter, because that's what sustains you. I've talked about this before. I struggle with not just seasonal depression, but also regular depression. If you have regular depression or seasonal depression, unless you can do things like a robot and you have built that structure, it is hard to get out of bed and do stuff. So now that we're not fully in the winter yet, this is the time to start preparing and build a structure. And part of that needs to be getting up early. And the reason for that is, like I said, the days are shorter. If you oversleep in the summer to like 12, no biggie, really. But if you oversleep in the winter to 12, well, now you only have 4 more possible hours of daylight. Not necessarily 4 hours of daylight, 4 hours of daylight if the weather conditions allow for it. So it's actually pretty serious. So you just need to get up. And also when we get up earlier, we feel better and we get more momentum. I've said this before, getting up early is a W within itself, and your body and your mind feels that. And you will see in this video that a lot of the things that affect our physical health, like for example getting sun, also affects our mental health. Doi, if you don't see the sun, yeah, you'll feel depressed. So get up early and walk outside for at least 15 minutes, preferably obviously 30 minutes. But hey, I live in Norway. Sometimes it's so cold that 1 minute feels like I'm cold plunging. So yeah, 30 minutes some days, it's just not possible. But at least 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be at once. You can do 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Luckily for me, I have a dog, so I sort of have to. But honestly, for us, that turns into like 1 minute at a time, because even now that it's getting a little chilly, my dog doesn't really want to go outside. She's a teacup chihuahua. She has to wear like clothes to go outside, you know, and she doesn't want to be in the cold, and I know you don't want to either. So just give yourself a realistic goal and stick to it. That being said, it's not all about the structure. Winter is already tough. We don't have to make it tougher. So I would say, even though we are doing these things to sustain ourselves, these pillars of life basically, also you should be kind to yourself and you should allow yourself to slow down. And by that, I mean that yes, obviously try to follow your schedule as much as you can, but if you slip up, don't beat yourself up over it. Everything is harder in the winter, but it doesn't have to be. If we realize that things are harder in the winter and sort of give ourselves different measurements, then it gets easier. So if you give yourself a little kindness, if you had decided to make a salad and you end up ordering McDonald's, don't beat yourself up over it. If you end up sleeping to 9, don't beat yourself up over it. Just be like, well, tomorrow's a new day. And like James Clear says, you can slip up for 1 day, you just can't slip up for 2 days. Because if you slip up for 2 days, that's your new habit. But also, I know from experience that the harder you are on yourself when you slip up, the more you'll sort of slip up, because it just feels like you can't win. So you gotta allow yourself to live a life where you can win. And that is by saying like, hey, okay, we slept up, fine, start anew tomorrow. And in the same way, don't push yourself to do too much. Like, I stressed a routine. I did not stress workaholism. There's a big difference between working out an hour a day and pushing yourself to get a new PR every week. Focus more on the routine and consistency than achieving. Obviously achieve, but don't push yourself the same way as you would in the summer. And also, even though we are fighting winter depression, I think it's important that if you are feeling a little sad, a little tired, a little sick, to allow yourself to feel those things and to slow down. This is A, to be kind to yourself, and B, also if you push everything down, it will come up. And if you're getting sick, unless you slow down, you will just get sicker. And if you get sicker, you will eventually get depressed. After a few weeks on the couch, we all get a little bit depressed, right? I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make, especially in the Western societies, is that you get sick and you try to push through it and you don't give your body space to heal, and whoop, now you're sicker. Now you need medicine from the doctor. But if you would have just slowed down, you would have been fine. So try to realize what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, and just sort of deal with it then and there. Don't push it down. And again, even though I don't want you to push yourself like crazy, I do think it's important to always be achieving and to always have that sense of achievement, which really is what keeps us happy too. You know, when you lack a sense of purpose and achievement, you tend to feel bad about yourself. So obviously have goals, but I would say have fewer goals and have the ones you have, your goals and priorities, be really important to you. Try to figure out what are the most important things to me right now. Not what society says.
We live in a society.
Not what my parents says, not what I wrote on my New Year's resolution last year, but what are the 3 things that I really want to focus on right now that will make me happy when I achieve them, and that will also make me happy working towards, and focus on those things. This next one is a tip I use for, honestly, for depression, for anxiety, for every single tough thing, which is write down a list of things to make you happy. Now, before it gets super dark, before depression is trying to rear its ugly head, write down what are the things that make you really happy and keep that list around. Don't just write it down and stuff it in a drawer. Like, put it somewhere where you can see it, where you can remember that it's there, because then if you start to feel a little sad, you can be like, what's that movie? What's that song? What's that activity that always makes me happy? What's that book? And refer back to it. Like, for me, I think people think I exaggerate the role that Archer, the TV show, literally cartoon for adults about a spy agency, the role that plays in my life.
Gotta get my turtleneck. What the? I'm not defusing a bomb in this.
But honestly, there are so many times where I have felt really bad, where I'd had a anxiety attack, or been super depressed, or just felt like I'm slowly fading away from myself. Sorry for the drama. Where I've been like, oh my god, what should I do? And I'm like, I know that one thing that always makes me feel more like myself, more grounded and more just calm, is Archer. So I'll literally like like a psycho, scramble for my phone, open Netflix, put on Archer.
I'm pretty tense right now.
Because of the Cubans or because Burt Reynolds is doing your mom?
Even though it's not a magical cure and I might still be crying, I feel safer and better and calmer and more like myself. So having that list is super, super important. Whether it's a person to call, a pet to pet, or drawing a drawing, whatever it is that makes you feel better about yourself, it is so important, because when darkness comes around you, you need something to sort of cling onto to get up back into the light. And nothing is stupid, nothing is dumb. I was just telling you, one of the biggest things for me is a TV show that's not even real people. It's literally cartoon. As long as you're not harming anyone else, nothing on that list is ridiculous. And it's not about other people. It's not about society. It's about you. What makes you feel better? Be honest with yourself. Don't make up, oh, I think what would look really good is if what made me feel better was listening to Like a Prayer. If Like a Prayer doesn't make you feel good, don't put it on the list. If your favorite teddy bear from childhood makes you feel good, then put it on the damn list. Like, this is not a joke. It's about your mental health. Again, like I said, we need structure. So do create a routine. You don't have to have a routine for your entire day, but what is especially important is having a morning routine, because mornings start off our days. Mornings are starter rituals. And if you have a productive morning routine that makes you feel productive and grounded for the rest of your day, then you need to start like that. And it can be very simple. Get up, brush my teeth, make a cup of coffee, have a breakfast that's like bam, 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 drink the coffee, journal, go for a walk, come back home, oh, routine over. It can be simple like that, or it can be more elaborate, but it has to be something you're able to do every single day and not something that you're like, oh, I have to do my morning routine. It has to be something you want to do. Again, it's sort of like the happy list. If you don't want to do it, don't put it on your routine. Your routine is all about you. Maybe the rest of your day is about other people. Maybe you have younger siblings. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you have a very demanding school schedule. Everything a lot of times is about other people. So your morning is about you, and it's about getting you to be the best you every single day. So you should enjoy it. And like I said, you don't really need much of a routine otherwise, but what I would advise is absolutely to get some physical activity in every single day, and that should be planned, because if not, it's so easy to fall off. You don't necessarily get as much natural exercise during the winter. For me, now that it's still not that cold outside, one reason why I haven't been working out as much is because I'm walking a lot, because frankly, I want to get as many walks in as I can before the snow comes. When the snow's there, a lot of times we can't even get out of the house, especially here. So it's really important to get some physical activity in, because physical activity also is one of the main things that ward off depression. Also, besides your goals, you need to have some nice goals and to-dos, like for example, a list of movies you want to watch, crafts you want to try, and just positive things to do. For example, I am prioritizing watching The Grinch and watching Santa Claus in the holiday. Those are to-dos and priorities that are high on my list. I have some other things I absolutely have to do during the winter, but those movies, non-negotiable to me. You need to have some non-negotiables that, again, are about you. Maybe baking your favorite thing, or going to see a Christmas show that you love, whatever it is. Write a list of to-dos and goals that are going to be sort of these, oh, I don't know what this is called in English, lyspunkt, points of light. I'm going to say that. Points of light, so that you always have something to look forward to. Maybe you have a tough week, but boom.
The Grinch!
Maybe you are running around like a headless chicken trying to reach your goals and you're sort of exhausted, but what's that on your list? Get a massage? Okay, it says so on the list. Me personally, I'm a Virgo. I take things more seriously if they're on a list. If I'm just thinking, oh, I should do some nice things for myself, not gonna happen, not gonna do it. If I write down to do, watch Santa Claus 2, I'm doing it. So yeah, write it down. And that's also a good thing to have, to remind yourself that, hey, good things are coming. Not necessarily big, expensive things, but literally just sitting down, watching a childhood movie favorite, that's on the list, and you know you're gonna do it. And it's just something that can, again, bring you light during a dark time. Dark time physically, not mentally, okay? We're happy. In a similar vein, again, bringing happiness to yourself. Make your own fun. So romanticize the season and your days. It's easy to focus on the snow and the ice and the darkness and the finals and the fourth quarter stress. But it's also winter. It's beautiful, it's glittery, and you get to wear big comfy sweaters and have your hair up in a bun and it looks super cute, and you can wear leggings and Christmas clothes and go ice skating and watch Christmas movies and make Christmas things and bake and have hot chocolate and read a book and not feel guilty about it because hey, it's winter, it's Christmas. Lean into the holiday, lean into movies and books and fashion, and lean into activities, whether that is snowboarding and skiing and ice skating, or it's crocheting and puzzling and making a cool gingerbread house, whatever it is, just the things that you honestly like and enjoy about winter and the different holidays. Lean into it and romanticize it and make Pinterest boards and make to-do lists and maybe make some vlogs. It's such a very special time. And like I said, winter is a time of slowing down and looking around you and looking within yourself. And it's just something that is so much better if we just appreciate it. That being said, I absolutely appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Good luck this winter. Tell me some of your goals and to-dos that are just for fun and just for you. And take care. Bye.